Invasion. 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 Inappropriate sex jokes in kids' cartoon. Invasion. Invasion. I might have done things slightly differently. I might have prioritized the attacking of the towers, utilizing upper earlier, and using the tanks in the middle as the distraction while upper takes out as many towers as he can. Possibly dropping off earthbenders up there to take over the tower and landslides and using the towers to shoot the other towers. Personally, there would have probably been much higher casualties with me around. I wouldn't have been as generous as some of the Water Tribe members, not fatally wounding the firebenders. That takes a lot more skill than it does to simply incapacitate them. But again, kids show. And it's not the Kuma show. I would have definitely dealt a little bit differently with Azula, but again, you're putting two vicious animals in a cage and shaking it and seeing what happens. Miss Hachan, are you okay? Miss Hachan, you good? Hachan? I think she's good. It depends how much you can turn the ballistas. If you can't turn them far enough, you can't really hit them. Well, the mechanism that I saw that it was on, it would literally, like, the base would move, and then the angle would be there. You would need to have an angle so you can actually hit the thing. I see what you're saying. Why would they allow it to go all the way to the top? But do they have that foresight? I don't know. If it wasn't a kid's show, it would have gone a lot different, but both sides, I think the result would still be the same. I think it would have been done very differently if it wasn't a kid's show. It wouldn't be done as simplistically. There would be a lot more casualties than we saw, but, you know, they did what they did, right? Like, they did what they did. And at least they incorporated some sense of strategy. Come on, you got to give them credit for that. A lot of other kids' shows simply have none whatsoever. It definitely feels like characters such as Azula have real-world smarts, whereas the other characters are stuck inside of a show. So she definitely has that sort of advantage. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a lot of this counter-invasion plans were actually done by Azula herself. Would not surprise me whatsoever, because she definitely does have that cunning. She understands her opponent. She doesn't underestimate them. And she never engages them where they're strong. She attacks where they're weak. And she plays on multiple levels, whether it be physical, bending, or psychological, emotional, and whatnot. She knows the buttons to push. So she's definitely got that prowess, you know? So strategic plans, I would not be surprised if she came up with a lot of them, you know? But anyway, that's just my thought. I could be wrong. Damn, gotta watch out for those coffee baristas. They're dangerous. Hey, man, I could go for a coffee. I haven't had a coffee yet today. I'm drinking green tea. This is my 3rd liter. Do you know how much green tea I have to drink to get the caffeine of one coffee? A fuck ton. But, can I just say, it ended up sort of going the way that I thought it would go. Zuko woke up. But, look, here's the thing with Zuko possibly attacking his father. A lot of you guys would be like, oh, why didn't he attack his father? I do not believe the Fire Lord would have been entirely defenseless, even around his son. There would have to be some sort of trap mechanism in that panic room. I don't think the Fire Lord would just leave himself exposed, even with his own son. I don't believe the Fire Lord is like that. I honestly don't. There could very easily have been some sort of mechanism behind where the guards were standing in case one of the guards decides to turn. He steps on a block, a crossbow bolt fucking hits you or something. I don't believe the Fire Lord was entirely defenseless. It's probably a lot wiser for Zuko not to engage, but I would have thrown a sword at Daddy. I would have thrown a sword at Daddy. I would have done it. I would have asked him a question. As soon as he opens his mouth, throw the blade at him. That would have been just me. That's just my personal take on the situation at the very least. I would have at the very least taken out a lung or a kidney or possibly killed them. Why wouldn't the Fire Lord also be trained in combat? I'm sure he would be. But, let's be real here. If one opponent has two blades, such as Zuko, and he knows how to use them, and the other person is proficient in combat, but he's unarmed, you can't dispute the fact that one of the fighters has a significant advantage over the other. It's not as simple as, oh, this guy has more experience, therefore, in all situations he will win. Unfortunately, that's not how combat works. You know? It's made out as destiny, but it's the best move politically. If Zuko kills Ozai, it makes him a usurper. If the Avatar kills Ozai, it's divine punishment. Serves a lot for a cleaner post-war scenario. There is that, but there's also ascension. If Zuko kills Ozai, Azula will ascend the throne. And he probably knows that, and he possibly realizes that Azula is worse. Keeping Ozai in there is probably the lesser of two evils. And the second Zuko's dad was able to use firebending, he was going for the kill with lightning bending. He probably didn't know Zuko learned to redirect the lightning. Underestimating your opponent is deadly. At the same time, he wanted to bait Zuko to stay. He wanted to kill him. He was baiting him with the story of his mother. Who even knows how real it is? But then again, why would he bother lying? But then at the same time, he could have also been biding his time, because if Zuko kills him, he will not get the truth. It's effective on multiple levels. Which is why, for me personally, I say leave the past in the past and let it die. Once your death itself, there's nothing that can stop you. You have absolutely nothing to lose and you cling to nothing. If you fight as if you are already dead, your opponent fights the Reaper himself. And that is not exactly a fight many people can wage, much less win. It scares people on a primal level. But, that in its own self is very costly to your own soul. But anyway, only Iroh knew this move, so I don't think he was aware of such a move. I think people underestimate Iroh a lot. I really think they do. And even if it is a move that is known by many people, I don't think your average firebender knows how to use lightning. It is probably the most advanced firebending technique there is. And in order to be able to redirect lightning, it sort of takes a certain level of mastery of lightning that I don't believe he knew that Zuko had. Or even if he did, in that split second... Do you know how quickly lightning travels? Insanely quick. So to have the reaction time, the composure, the technique to actually redirect it would be highly improbable, you know? It's literally it's a cheap shot. If the other person isn't in the zone, they're fucked. Even Iroh got hit by Azula. And if he saw it coming, he would have probably easily been able to deflect it. It is one of those things. If you're not 100% in it, you're basically fucked. You know? So, and he did it in the middle of a conversation, mind you. He took the cheap shot. How about the firebender with I-beam explosions? That was pretty advanced. Possibly. And there's possibly all these other tech... if we think of bending, right? Water bending, air bending, earth bending, fire bending. They are effectively controlling, I don't want to say the atoms, but they're controlling that element of nature. And you saw what happened with blood bending. You know, if you get it to a certain level of power and proficiency, you are not only just managing H2O water, but rather liquid that has water in it, whether it be blood or it could, be like soft drink or whatever. You get what I mean, right? You're going well beyond the spectrum of that element by itself. Same thing with earth bending. You can bend, the earth, but at a certain proficiency, you are bending metal, which again is part of earth. But again, you are going beyond that natural rock and earth bending. Same thing, with air. You're bending, obviously, like the air and the oxygen and the wind, but I'm sure there is a level to it beyond that. And same thing with fire. You're going beyond that, and eventually you're creating lightning, which is a source of fire in nature. When it strikes a tree or something, it creates that spark. So God can only, imagine. And then imagine being Avatar, who can bend them together. Fire, water, you've just created hot mist. Or water, air, you can create ice, you can create a blizzard. So then we're talking combinations. And that just opens up an entire gateway of possibilities. So let's not underestimate what some people can do. It's limited by your proficiency and your creativity, a bit like any martial art. It's like, yes, you have all these different techniques, bravo. Now it comes down to utilizing them in different situations, creating openings. I mean, most fighters that, international competitors in Wind World tournaments and whatnot, a lot of them end up winning using the very basic techniques, like a basic front kick, back kick, roundhouse kick, and basic punches. They don't have to do a spinning reverse roundhouse or a forward flip axe kick or whatever the fudge, right? Sometimes it's just simply utilizing what you're very proficient at in the right circumstance, creating the opening and popping it off. Sure, you can have flashy, effective moves, but it all comes down to what you can utilize and use. And every technique comes with its own risk. You can miss it, you can fuck it up, you can do this, you can do that. So the combinations would be endless. I mean, imagine there's a fucking firebender that just starts a fire and starts spinning it around themselves. Suddenly, no one can come in within melee range. They've created a wall of fire around themselves. Or they quite literally click their fingers, create a wall of fire and push it forward, and people are stuck in a tunnel. You've just created a kill zone, Same thing with water. If you can move it at a quick enough velocity and density, you can effectively create a wall around yourself, stopping projectiles or redirecting them. Same thing with earth. What's to stop you from doing the same thing? Toph did it with armor. She created earth armor by making the earth around herself. What's to stop her from making external armor that goes around her or the people? Like, you see what I mean? You're basically limited by your proficiency and your imagination. So no, don't underestimate Iroh. We don't know what he can do. We've seen him fucking around and drink tea and take naps, but we haven't seen Greek god Iroh. Iroh said that he developed that move after studying waterbending, so unless he thought to other people, it's unlikely for anyone to know how to redirect the lightning. Well, it makes sense. Waterbending is very fluid, And he's learning he's not fighting the lightning. He's almost doing, it's probably like Aikido or like Judo, pretty much controlling the momentum and letting it pass or redirecting it or guiding it rather than fighting it, Yeah, I think the second Zuko held the lightning, his father looked concerned, like, oh shit type of moment. Well, I'm sorry, but you underestimate someone. Potentially bend the air out of someone's lung. Very much so. Or pretty much take the air and just split it out like little tiny bullets of needles and just literally like shred them. Or if we want to do our favorite, you're controlling air, right? You control the air around someone or you create like a spear of air. You create a cyclone in midair that's really thin that can literally cut through anything like a drill. Waterbenders can make ice. Interesting thing is, Avatar isn't necessarily a master in a specific element. He can just bend the 4 elements, so it's not necessary for the Avatar to have the same mastery element like Toph and Iroh. It's not. It's not for anybody. Yeah, and I think the second Zuko held the lightning his father. Yeah. It like you don't have to be the very best like no one ever was. You just have to be better than the guy you're fighting at his weak point. That's what fighting is. Don't fight him where he's strong. Fight him where he's weak. You know, like where I see a guy, like I'm actually a ranged fighter. You wouldn't believe it. But I actually prefer kicking. But when I find a fighter that's a kicker, I don't kick against the kicker. I go in and I use my arms. And I trade hits because I know he can't punch as hard as I can. So I can take the hits. And I'll take him out where he's weak because he's not conditioned. And his natural instinct is always to go backwards to make distance so he can kick. But that gives me the ability to move forwards, generate momentum, and then use that momentum to strike harder. And then I take them out. I always fight where someone's weak. You just have to beat the guy where he's weak. Waterbending is based on Tai Chi. Firebending is based on Shaolin Kung Fu. Earthbending is based on Hanga Kung Fu, except for Tofts, which is based on Praying Mantis style. And Airbending is based on Bag Zhuang. I probably butchered that pronunciation. I can just see Pai Mei going... Your Chinese is disgraceful.
Water.
You Slavic fathead.
Earth. Fire. Air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed and my brother and I discovered the new Avatar, an airbender named Aang. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Aang can save the world.
You guys remember that thing that happened between Katara and Zuko before Aang came back into the picture? It's going to be very interesting to have them kick off from where they were. Because face it, for a moment there, Katara kind of clicked with Zuko. It doesn't have to necessarily be in a romantic sense, but she kind of saw something in him from a person's standpoint. She was kind of like, he's not that bad. So this is going to be very interesting on many levels. You're going to have Aang that's going to be very like, what the fuck? You're going to have Katara that's going to be like, you betrayed me. You're going to have Sokka that's obviously not going to trust him. You're going to have Toph that's probably... I don't actually know what Toph's opinion is going to be on this one. Because I don't think he had many interactions with Toph. But it's going to be one of those moments, you know? And it's going to be a little bit of a, why the fuck should we trust you, you know? But I think ultimately Aang might be the one to kind of be like, you know, I'm glad you've come around. I don't think it's going to be Katara that breaks that ice. I think it's going to be Aang. Because throughout season, 1 in particular, Aang was like, we work really well together. You know, we can't just leave him behind. You know what I mean? Like, Aang was very, like, extending the hand of friendship. And Zuko was very, tsundere, like, no. You know? So, I think there's something there. It would be crazy if Iroh was on that blimp. Like, fucking, he solid snaked on that thing. Without Zuko noticing, he just grabbed the cardboard box and solid snaked on the blimp. I doubt it. I think it's more probable that Iroh is sneaking in the Fire Nation and he's going to compromise the Fire Nation's security. He might take out key military personnel. He might free the prisoners, all that sort of stuff. Because I don't think you need both Zuko and Iroh with Aang in order to learn firebending. I think it makes more sense from a story point of view just to have Zuko go on this redemption journey himself, Is like, this is my decision, I've chosen this. I know, like, I wasn't, the best before, but I've changed, you know, like a little bit like Saddam Hussein in South Park. It's like, I can change, I know I've been a dirty little bastard. But ultimately, they kind of need the help. Because let's face it, they don't have an army anymore. They don't have submarines anymore. They lost that battle. The war is still waging on. The Fire Lord is still out there. He knows Aang's alive. Time is not on their side. I don't think they're in a position to reject Zuko's help. And he's got nothing to gain by, like, fucking, you know, lying to Aang now. Like, what the fuck's he gonna gain, right? So I think it's gonna be very interesting. At least that's the way I view it. I could be entirely wrong, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of feel like I might have a point here. Oh, come on. Oh, it's paused.
Previously on Avatar.
You and Sokka have to go with Aang somewhere safe. It's the only way to keep hope alive.
I'm going to join the Avatar, and I'm going to help him defeat you.
Since you're a full-blown traitor now and you want me gone, why wait?
Because I know my own destiny. Taking you down is the Avatar's destiny.
I know just the place for us to go where we'll be safe for a while. The Western Air Temple.
You see, this is going to be very interesting. We're going to get to see the Fire Lord go to Azula and be like, what the fuck? And she's going to be like, I was just looking after my brother, which we all know is a fucking lie. I think deep down she kind of wanted her brother to fuck up, because as soon as this invasion happens and everyone finds out that Aang is alive, Zuko is the one that took credit for a kill that never took place, and that is dishonorable on top of being distasteful. So Azula was basically setting him up to fail from the beginning. So Daddy would push him away in the end, and then she would be top girl.
This is humiliating.
Do you mean getting thoroughly spanked by the Fire Nation, or having to walk all the way to the Western Air Temple?
Both.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Sorry, guys, but Appa gets tired carrying all these people.
And carrying fucking armor all day in this heat. It gets hot, man. Poor guy.
I wonder how the rest of the troops are.
They're probably on their way to a prison. Seems like my dad just got out. Now he's going back in.
I mean, I would personally do something much worse with people that attack the capital, like extract information as to where they're from and attack their villages, but that's just me.
I miss Pipsqueak.
I miss not having blisters on my feet.
Actually, no, you would need to keep a few of them as hostages for the next attack.
Hey, we're here! I can feel it!
I think your feet need their eyes checked.
No, she's right. We are here.
It's in the clouds?
Wow. It's amazing.
What? Okay, seriously, who the fuck does this? What is the point of having a roof upside down? It does nothing for the rain. What is even the point? Why would you even? Alright, I'm gonna call bullshit on this. Zuko, you would get fucking rope burn. Seriously, he's holding the rope. He is holding the fucking rope. Rope burn. Do you know... Fuck. Anyone that's done fast rope descent and been stupid enough to hold on to the rope knows what I'm talking about. Man, it hurts just watching. Firebending, bro. Man, fucking firebending doesn't make you impervious to everything.
What a stunning view.
The only view I'm interested in seeing is the Avatar in chains.
You know,
The Avatar hasn't been seen for 100 years. The chances of finding him here are very slim.
First, we'll check each of the air temples. Then we'll scour the world, searching even the most remote locations until we find him.
Prince Zuko, it's only been a week since your banishment. You should take some time to heal and rest.
What else would I expect to hear from the laziest man in the Fire Nation?
Oof. The amount of disdain in his voice for his uncle that just left the Fire Nation to not have his... Oh my god. Imagine the amount of regret he feels right now. But Zuko does have a blessing. He's actually learning to appreciate his uncle before he passes. A lot of people regret things before the other person passes, after the other person passes. So he still has the opportunity to make amends.
The only way to regain my honor is to find the Avatar. So I will.
Oof. Hey, if you don't facepalm at some of the shit that you did when you were younger, you haven't grown. So this is actually a good thing, believe it or not. Occasionally facepalming at your own words and actions. Character growth.
It's so different from the Northern Air Temple. I wonder if there are any secret rooms.
Let's go check it out.
You guys go. I think we need to talk about some things.
You thought you were gonna get away with that, didn't you? You think you could get away with that kiss without the talk? Have fun, kiddo. You're about to have one of the most awkward, uncomfortable conversations of your life. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. I'm sorry, but this is gonna be fun for everybody. Good luck, Aang. Trust me. This one is, you know what? You just, have fun with that.
I'll race you, Duke.
I told you, it's the Duke. Why can't I go?
We need to decide what we're gonna do now. And since you're the Avatar, maybe you should be a part of this.
Fair enough. So, what's the new plan?
Well, if you ask me, the new plan is the old plan. You just need to master all 4 elements and confront the Fire Lord before the comet comes.
Oh, yeah, that's great. No problem. I'll just do that.
Why can't you use the comet yourself?
Aang, no one said it's gonna be easy.
Well, it's not even gonna be possible. Where am I supposed to get a firebending teacher?
We could look for Zhong Zhong.
Yeah, right. Like we'll ever run into Zhong Zhong again.
Who's? Oh, never mind. If it's important, I'll find out.
Oh well, guess
Did she just break the 4th wall? Ah, if it's important, they'll turn up. I don't have to what. Toph is my spirit animal. I love this girl.
we can't come up with anybody. Why don't we just take a nice tour around the temple?
In a battle of 2 men, the one with the stronger bone wins. In a battle of man and a woman, it doesn't do anything.
What's up with him?
There's gotta be someone who can teach him firebending. Hello, Zuko here. But I guess you probably already know me, sort of. So, the thing is, I have a lot of firebending experience.
No, Alright, he's trying. He's trying. He's trying. He's applying for his first job. It's adorable. It's endearing. It's what the fuck are you doing? Okay. It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. He's growing. He's going through a phase. He's a teenager. He's still learning. He just discovered what emotions are and self-doubt and realizing that you've been a testosterone-driven dick all your life and thinking with your dick and not your brain. All right, it happens to everybody. He's going through a character arc. It's going to be okay.
and I'm considered to be pretty good at it.
Really? You don't say.
Well, you've seen me, you know, when I was attacking you.
Alright, now you're just making it worse.
Yeah, I guess I should apologize for that. But anyway, I'm good now. I mean, I thought I was good before, but now I realize I was bad. But anyway, I think it's time I joined your group and taught the Avatar firebending.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Frog? Did he do good?
Well, what's your answer? Yeah, that's what I'd say too.
I'd laugh if it was that frog that trained Naruto. Zuko and Azula are truly siblings. Well, their father isn't exactly much of a people person. He killed his own father.
How am I supposed to convince these people I'm on their side? What would Uncle do?
Drink some tea.
Zuko, you have to look within yourself to save yourself from your other self.
Ah, the two wolves analogy.
Only then will your true self reveal itself.
Or you can feed one wolf to the other to make one of the wolves stronger.
Even when I'm talking for him, I can't figure out what he means. What would Azula do?
Oh no, that is the wrong fucking question to be asking. That is the absolute wrong fucking question. She'd probably kill a puppy or something.
Listen, Avatar. I can join your group, or I can do something unspeakably horrible to you and your friends.
See, you don't want to do that.
Your choice.
Oh, for the love of...
I guess I'm not that good at impersonations.
No, I would say that was pretty close. I think the frog likes you. I think he wants you to lick him.
Aang, can we talk about you learning firebending now?
What? The wind is too loud in my ears.
This isn't about firebending, is it?
Check out this loop.
Aang, I think we should be making some plans about our future.
I don't think this is about the firebending.
Okay, we can do that while I show you the giant pie show table.
You know what the irony is about people doing the talk? The people that don't actually care about the other person and lie will succeed at it, but they will emotionally crush the other person, making them jaded and making them less likely to trust other people, thus creating a cycle that is self-perpetuating and hurting other people and other people and other people and creating more people that are going to hurt other people. It is a very vicious cycle of lies. And a bunch of children do it to get laid.
Oh, and you're gonna love the all-day echo chamber.
I think that'll have to wait.
Ah, she feels him.
Hello, Zuko here.
Oh, for the love of...
Hey, I heard you guys flying around down there, so I just thought I'd wait for you here.
This is creepy. Alright, I think he's got one person that likes him.
I know you must be surprised to see me here.
Not really, since you've followed us all over the world.
Right. Well, anyway, what I wanted to tell you about is that I've changed.
Oh yeah, he was the one that released, Appa. So Appa knows. Appa remembers him.
And I'm good now, and, well, I think I should join your group. Oh, and I can teach firebending to you.
Yeah, Katara has a very confused, well, I can't say boner. She's just very confused. Well, let's just say she's very confused.
See,
You want to what now?
You can't possibly think that any of us would trust you, can you?
Katara, this isn't about you and your female boner.
I mean, how stupid do you think we are?
Look, this isn't about dating. Oh, God. Look, I hate the fact that I can understand girls now. God damn it.
Yeah, all you've ever done is try to hunt us down and capture Aang.
I've done some good things. I mean, I could have stolen your bison and Bossing Say, but I set him free. That's something.
See? Appa likes him.
Appa does seem to like him.
He probably just covered himself in honey or something so that Appa would lick him.
We're not all you.
I'm not buying it.
I can understand why you wouldn't trust me. And I know I've made some mistakes in the past.
Like when you attacked our village?
Or when you stole my mother's necklace and used it to track us down and capture us?
Look, I admit I've done some awful things. I was wrong to try to capture you, and I'm sorry that I attacked the Water Tribe.
I guess he's lucky he didn't kill Gran. You know, in front of the children like I suggested he should.
And I never should have sent that Fire Nation assassin after you.
Oh my god, I can see why my playthrough of The Walking Dead is a walking fucking disaster. Anyways. Anyways.
I'm gonna try to stop.
Wait, you sent Combustion Man after us?
Well, that's not his name, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to insult your friend.
He's not my friend.
That guy locked me and Katara in jail and tried to blow us all up.
Why aren't you saying anything? You once said you thought we could be friends.
Woof.
You know I have good in me.
There's no way we can trust you after everything you've done. We'll never let you join us. You need to get out of here. Now.
I'm trying to explain that I'm not that person anymore.
Either you leave or we attack.
If you won't accept me as a friend, then maybe you'll take me as a prisoner.
No, we won't! Get out of here and don't come back.
Woof.
If we ever see you again, well, we'd better not see you again.
You see, you're right. Toph does know that he's not lying. But she's one of the people that didn't take a step forward. She's just chilling in the back observing him. He's being sincere and she knows it. And Aang is having doubts. Katara isn't. Katara's pissed.
I can't believe how stupid I am.
It's okay, the frog still likes you.
I mean, what was I thinking? Telling them I sent an assassin after them? Why didn't I just say Azula did that? They would have believed that. Stupid!
I guess in this situation it was better to actually tell the truth rather than lie. I mean, look, the truth is painful, but it's a lot better. You can't slip up that way, and no one can use anything against you. Own that shit. What the frog said.
Why would he try to fool us like that?
Obviously, he wants to lead us into some kind of trap.
This is just like when we were in prison together in Bossing Say.
Toph, are you gonna say something, or are you just gonna sit there with your arms folded ominously like Vegeta does for half the series?
He starts talking about his mother and making it seem like he's an actual human being with feelings.
He wants you to trust him and feel sorry for him, so you let your guard down, then he strikes.
Actually, Sokka, he's not really that type of guy.
The thing is, it worked. I did feel sorry for him. I felt like he was really confused and hurt.
Oh, and you wanted to save a poor broken prince.
But obviously, when the time came, he made his choice. And we paid the price. We can't trust him.
I kind of have a confession to make. Remember when you two were sick and I got captured by Zhao?
And you made us suck on frozen frogs? How could I forget? I had a wart on the flap that hangs down from the back of my throat for a month.
Sokka, I looked at it and told you there was nothing there.
I could feel it! It's my throat hole flap!
Anyway, when Zhao had me chained up, it was Zuko who came in and got me out. He risked his life to save me.
No way. I'm sure he only did it so he could capture you himself.
I mean, that is kind of true.
Yeah, face it, Aang. You're nothing but a big prize to him.
You're probably right.
And what was all that crazy stuff about setting Appa free? What a liar.
Actually, he wasn't lying.
Oh, hooray! In a lifetime of evil, at least he didn't add animal cruelty to the list.
Hey, that's my one line. You break animal cruelty, I throw you in a wood chipper. You can literally do anything else. Genocide, murder, torture, extortion, breaking people's limbs, breaking up glass and putting it in their food, replacing drinking water with rat poison, peeing in a well. You can literally do all of those things. But animal cruelty, that's the line.
I'm just saying that considering his messed up family and how he was raised, he could have turned out a lot worse.
You mean like Azula?
You're right, Toph. Let's go find him and give him a medal. The not as much of a jerk as you could have been award.
Well, Katara, you grew up in a fairly functional family and you turned out to be a bitch, so how did that work out?
All I know is that while he was talking to us, he was sincere. Maybe you're all just letting your hurt feelings keep you from thinking clearly.
Easy for you to say. You weren't there when he had us attacked by pirates.
Or when he burned down Kyoshi Island.
Or when he tried to capture me at the fire temple.
Why would you even try to defend him?
Because, Katara, you're all ignoring one crucial fact. Aang needs a firebending teacher. We can't think of a single person in the world to do the job. Now one shows up on a silver platter, and you won't even think about it?
She's got a point there. That's a big line, Sokka. Animal genocide. You have some weird morality standards. By your definition, Hitler didn't cross the line. He was a vegetarian. Actually, Hitler did cross the line because he physically abused his dogs. If you take a look at any video of him with the German Shepherd puts its head down as close as it can to the ground and its ears go all the way down. A dog is only ever that submissive to someone that physically abuses them. So yes, he did abuse his dog. Multiple times. He actually abused multiple dogs. So yes, Hitler crossed the line. Why animals are more important than humans? Because animals don't lie. They're honest. They like you, they like you. They don't like you, they don't like you. They don't pretend.
I'm not having Zuko as my teacher.
You're darn right you're not, buddy.
Well, I guess that's settled.
I'm beginning to wonder who's really the blind one around here.
Woof! And she could say that, because she's blind. See, this is what I like about the show. It's like, Toph is blind. But that doesn't define who she is as a person. She's just a person who is blind. It doesn't make her entire character. This is what I appreciate about this fucking show. It treats people with a handicap as people rather than a handicap. For fuck's sake. I think if we had more of that in society, we'd have far fewer problems. Animals do lie. The F-monkey gave me false love and stole my banana. So that's how humanity got AIDS. Yup, and that's why Toph is one of the best. Indeed.
Who's there? Stay back!
It's me! Ow! You burned my feet!
I'm sorry! It was a mistake!
Get away from me!
Let me help you! I'm sorry!
Get off me! Get off me!
I didn't know it was you! Come back!
To be fair, you literally snuck up on a guy sleeping in the middle of the woods. But Zuko, you left the fire on while you were sleeping under a tent.
Oh, why am I so bad at being good?
I mean, being good's boring. How about neutral? How about you go to neutral? Neutral's good. You could be evil when you want to be. How about you be chaotic neutral? Honestly, that I feel like is on Toph, since she chose to sneak up on him. Well, like, you don't want to sneak up on me while I'm sleeping. Let's just put it that way.
Has anyone seen Toph?
I haven't seen her since she stormed off yesterday.
Maybe she's just exploring the air temple. There are some pretty fun spots to practice earthbending.
I think we should go look for her.
Ah, let her have fun with her rocks.
She probably can't find where she is because her feet are burnt.
I'm in no rush to have her yelling at us again.
We can go check for her.
Yeah, I want to ride that tunnel down to the Hall of Statues again. It'll work a lot better now that I fixed my brakes.
Toph, what happened?
My feet got burned.
Oh no, what happened?
I just told you. My feet got burned.
I meant how?
Well, I kind of went to see Zuko last night.
You what? Zuko?
I just thought he could be helpful to us. And if I talked to him, maybe we could work something out.
So he attacked you?
Well, he did and he didn't. It was sort of an accident.
See, at least she's being honest about it. Like, Katara would have said something like, he attacked me. And it would have been like, you attacked my sister. And it's like, how about you give the context of the situation? You snuck up to on his camp at night while he was sleeping. Let's be real here. Not a smart move.
But he did firebend at you.
Yes.
See? You trusted Zuko and you got burned. Literally.
It's gonna take a while for your feet to get better. I wish I could have worked on them sooner.
Yeah, me too.
Zuko's clearly too dangerous to be left alone. We're gonna have to go after him.
I hate to go looking for a fight, but you're right. After what he did to Toph, I don't think we have a choice.
He's crafty, but we'll find a way to capture him.
Maybe just invite him back here. He's already offered himself up as a prisoner once.
Yeah. Get him to come back and say he'll be our prisoner, then we'll jump him and really make him our prisoner. He'll never suspect it.
You are a master of surprise, Sokka.
Sometimes I wonder how this kid came up with the invasion plan.
Ah, that's the stuff. Now I know how the rest of you guys feel. Not being able to see with your feet stinks.
See, I have a feeling Zuko's gonna fight this guy. Well, look at it this way. Zuko hire you to complete a job, but Zuko's not going to pay you if you complete said job, so you might as well not complete said job. Wait, what if Combustion Man teaches him firebending? Why do I have a feeling Azula got to him? Good tactic.
All right, buddy. Don't fail me now.
Holy shit!
Yeah, boomerang!
That has to be some sort of achievement.
Aww, boomerang!
Wait, so did you not just hit him, stun him, get an angle on him, and then return to the same level of cover you had previously, thus defeating the purpose of actually landing the shot in the first place? I think I died a little on the inside. Well, they lost an arm.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but thanks, Zuko.
Hey, what about me? I did the boomerang thing. Listen, I know I didn't explain myself very well yesterday. I've been through a lot in the past few years, and it's been hard. But I'm realizing that I had to go through all those things to learn the truth. I thought I had lost my honor, and that somehow my father could return it to me. But I know now that no one can give you your honor. It's something you earn for yourself by choosing to do what's right. All I want now is to play my part in ending this war. And I know my destiny is to help you restore balance to the world. I'm sorry for what I did to you. It was an accident. Fire can be dangerous and wild. So as a firebender, I need to be more careful and control my bending so I don't hurt people unintentionally.
Oh, shit.
I think you are supposed to be my firebending teacher. When I first tried to learn firebending, I burned Katara. And after that, I never wanted to firebend again. But now I know you understand how easy it is to hurt the people you love. I'd like you to teach me.
Thank you. I'm so happy you've accepted me into your group.
He didn't.
Not so fast. I still have to ask my friends if it's okay with them. Toph, you're the one that Zuko burned. What do you think?
Go ahead and let him join. It'll give me plenty of time to get back at him for burning my feet.
Sokka?
Hey, all I want is to defeat the Fire Lord.
Great, Katara's gonna be the annoying one.
If you think this is the way to do it, then I'm all for it.
Katara?
Woof.
I'll go along with whatever you think is right.
Oof.
I won't let you down. I promise.
Zuko, my boy, this could take a while.
So, here you go. Home sweet home. I guess, for now. Unpack. Lunch soon. Welcome aboard?
Did he just smile?
Yeah. Okay, this is really, really weird.
Ah! How are there so many people Oh god, it's a bot, isn't it? Ah, crap, it's a bot. We just had like 100 people follow in a second. What just happened, guys? Holy crap, we just had like 100 people follow in a second. I'm scared. Did we just get hit by a bot? Aww.
If I have to, I will spend every day of the rest of my life hunting the Avatar. I know it's my destiny to capture him.
You know, Prince Zuko, destiny is a funny thing. You never know how things are going to work out, but if you keep an open mind and an open heart. I promise you will find your own destiny someday.
Him smiling is weird. Oh god!
You might have everyone else here buying your transformation,
Katara, you're being a bitch right now.
but you and I both know you've struggled with doing the right thing in the past. So let me tell you something right now. You make one step backward, one slip up, give me one reason to think you might hurt Aang, and you won't have to worry about your destiny anymore. Because I'll make sure your destiny ends right then and there. Permanently.
You know, I thought Katara was being a little bit like Clem on the weekend. And that's why I was tiptoeing around betrayal. But Katara really... Yeah. Katara, you're kind of going cray-cray. You're reminding me like that girl with a knife. And not in a hot way. You know, kind of like in a crazy way. Kind of in a, she's gonna send a text message and stab you. Zuko will remember that. It's okay, Zuko. If you play your cards right, you can emotionally manipulate her to regret saying that and make her feel horrible. You just gotta play the long game. Great, more bots. She has a point, this could be a last chance. Well, to be fair, he did kind of do a 180 last time. So, I mean, it's not unreasonable not to trust him. And she's kind of warning him, you know, like, I will kill you. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Kuma. Would you ever trust him not knowing his backstory? Mate, have you seen me play The Walking Dead? Have you fucking seen me playing The Walking Dead? Have you seen that pile of corpses that we left behind us? And ask me, do I trust? Well, now Zuko's part of the team, but now Zuko will have to gain the trust of the others. All regulars here should be able to chat. Of course they should. You'd probably shoot his legs and drop him down the cliff. I wouldn't waste the bullet. Ha. I'm really gonna, yeah. Hey, look, at least I got my answer from last week. I got my answer from last week. I ain't complaining. Think like this. Zuko is grinding rep on the Avatar gang after being at war with them for the past 2 seasons. He's got to grind back a lot of rep to become neutral. How did he get to neutral so quickly? He seems to have, at the very least, got a friendly reputation standing with Appa. He's somewhat neutral toward friendly with Toph. He's kind of neutral with Sokka, and he's definitely hated by Katara. That is without a doubt. Katara is going to take a lot of work. I would honestly cut my losses with Katara, to be honest. That's just me. Like, I'd be like, fuck it, plenty of fish in the sea. That's just me, though. I just play the numbers game. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break and we're going to watch some Naruto. And we'll continue this next. This was a good week. We had the invasion and we had this. This was a good week. Maybe one day he gets his exalted in a title. Who knows? And the fact Katara knows bloodbending is kept secret to Zuko could be kind of problematic since I feel like she would likely use it on Zuko without a thought. He's lucky that she needs like the moon in order to do it. Zuko successfully changed teams, but is now stuck doing the side quests to become friends with the teammates. Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, it's not easy for Zuko. Like, this is a big thing, man. Imagine the letter he would have left for his girlfriend. Is like... Didn't he even tell her, I love you? It's like, I love you, but not that much. It's like, I love you, but not enough to stay. It's like, I love you, but I hate my dad more. What the fuck would he write in that letter? I've gone to catch 151 Pokemon. I've gone to get some milk. I've gone to hang out with Timmy's dad. I've joined the Akatsuki. I mean, what is he supposed to write in that letter? Oh, man.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun sized, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.